When it comes to shopping for your very first horse and learning how to properly care for them, there's a lot to learn. Before you embark on your journey as a horse owner, make sure you don't commit these 7 common mistakes. Buying the wrong horse breed. Whether it's the strength and power of a Clydesdale or the beautiful markings of an American paint horse, you're bound to find a breed that makes your heart beat a little bit faster. Falling in love with a horse's looks, however, can get you in trouble. If you're buying your first horse, the spirited young Mustang or fiery Friesian might not be the best horse for you as a first-time horse owner. Learning how to ride and control a horse of your own is not like spending time with a friend's already trained steed. If you're a first-time horse owner, you'll be better off with an older and calmer horse that has already been trained. You might be disappointed not to get the horse of your dreams right away, but it's important to choose a horse you can handle. Buying a horse on a whim. We've all been there. You see the most stunning, perfect horse for sale, and you feel like you need to buy it as soon as possible. Those good looks distract you from everything else, and you forget that horses are more than just their beauty. You need to consider personality, breed, age, health, training, and so much more before buying your first horse. Letting your emotions drive your decision is never a good idea. You should ask the seller if you can do a trial period to give you some time to make the right decision. Not every seller will agree, but it's always worth asking. Underestimating costs. Buying a horse can range anywhere between a few $100s to several thousand, but that initial cost is the least of your worries. The real money is spent after the sale is finalized and you take your new horse home. Maintaining a horse's health and happiness is not cheap. You'll have to pay for feed, tack, grooming equipment, farrier visits, veterinary expenses, riding clothes for yourself, and a lot more. Make sure you save your money and calculate running costs before buying your first horse. A horse ownership survey from the University of Maine found that the average annual cost of horse ownership is almost $4,000 per horse. Underestimating the time commitment. There's a reason why your experienced horse friends don't seem to have much of a social life. Caring for horses can be a full-time job, and that doesn't even include all of the fun times you'll want to have riding and training. It's waking up before the sun to get all of your morning chores finished, and then spending hours in the barn grooming your horse, cleaning the stall, inspecting your tack, and whatever else needs to get done. Horses deserve your time and attention, and you can't leave them in the barn when life gets busy and you run out of time. You'll need to find extra hours every week to spend on your horse, and that can be hard for people with full-time jobs, family responsibilities, and social lives. Overlooking safety. Whenever you're around horses, safety should always be a priority. You're interacting with a 1,000-pound animal that could accidentally step on you or purposely kick you. You need to brush up on your barn safety knowledge and invest in a few necessary safety items. Besides your own safety, you also have the safety of your horse to consider. Their stall, barn, and pasture need to be a safe environment. It's something you should reevaluate on a regular basis to account for changes and eventual repairs. You'll also do yourself a favor by brushing up on topics like equine body language and basic first aid. Understanding behavior will help you notice when something is wrong, and knowing how to treat small injuries is always a useful skill. Not understanding proper horse nutrition. Not only do you need to worry about how much it costs to feed a 1,000-pound animal, you also need to make sure your horse is getting all the nutrients and supplements they need. If you have a large pasture, your job will be easier. Grazing is a great way for horses to fill their bellies and get necessary nutrients, but it's not the only part of a healthy equine diet. There is no such thing as a one-size-fits-all diet. What you feed your horse will depend on their age, health, activity level, and environment. Most horses require daily supplements in addition to their usual hay and grazing. A good quality formula feed will help, but you need to talk to your vet first. The wrong diet will have long-term consequences, and it's up to you to take the initiative to better understand equine nutrition. Never asking for help. Raising a horse doesn't need to be a solo job. If you're having trouble, put your pride aside and ask for help. No one expects you to do it all on your first try. All you have to do is ask. Mistakes will happen, but don't forget that buying your first horse is supposed to be exciting. As long as you're committed to becoming an experienced horse owner and you aren't afraid to ask for help, everything else should fall into place. Enjoy this time in your life and look forward to the many memories you'll make with your first horse. While you may have never owned a horse, we're sure you know a lot about them already. Check out the next video to see 15 terms that confuse non-horse people.